So yeah, Manchester Titans, representing City of Manchester, founded the club in 2003. So we've had a pretty storied history. Kind of rose the ranks up from Division 2 all the way through Division 1 into the Premiership. Two-time national champions 2022, 2023. Following that, we had our first entry into the CFL in 2024, where we went over to Stockholm to play the Mean Machines, and that was our first kind of real test into the European scene, and we absolutely loved it. Reset in 2025, and then we're back in 2026 to take on the Black Panthers. So current situation, we're 2-0 in the Northern Premiership of the British American Football Association. So it's been a good start to the year. First game of the season, we were a little bit rusty, so it took us probably a quarter and a half to knock that off, and then we started to find our rhythm. Going into game 2, we felt pretty confident, and just had a couple of bizarre kind of mistakes that put us 14-0 down, and really proud of the team to fight back in the way that they did, and came away victors in that game. And after two early scores against us, we were able defensively to kind of shut them down for the rest of the game. So that was a nice way for us to finish the game, and leads us well into the game against the Black Panthers. Obviously, it's going to be a step up. It's going to be a real test for us, but feeling pretty happy with our preparation through the off season. Pretty happy with the start of the season, and looking forward to getting into the game. So strengths, I think definitely our defense. It's a young and kind of fiery defense. Lots of passion there. Lots of points to prove, I would say. It's a defense that will fly around, play fast. We try and defensively make things as difficult as possible for the opposition. So we'll throw a bunch of different looks against the guys that we play, and that'll be no different on Saturday. I think it's going to be a great test for us, particularly against an American quarterback who can stretch the field vertically the way that Mateo can. Particularly with the receiving threats kind of across the board. It's going to be a good test, particularly on the secondary, in terms of coverage. In the box, we've got some older heads. I don't want to call them old heads, but older heads, very experienced, and have played. A lot of them have played they've got GB experience in their background, so they will come into the game with some kind of good hunger again, good kind of points to prove, particularly as they head into the international period in October. So that's kind of defensively. Offensively, we've got Josh Mills at quarterback. So he has experience playing in GFL 1. So he joins us this year and is just growing from strength to strength. It'll be a good test for him because, again, the defenses that we see in Britain certainly aren't the same defenses that we'll see in Europe. So it'll be good for him to kind of get back into that rhythm. On the offensive line, we've got some good experience and then also some young heads. So it's going to be exciting to see how they kind of handle the pressure and handle the talent of the Black Panthers. And then our skills, we've got lots of talent across the board. So running back, we've got Hafiz Basiru, a fantastic runner, ball in hand, very, very elusive. And then across the receiving core, we've got a good kind of distribution. So we've got some smaller guys who are quick and nippy. We've got some bigger bodies who are able to kind of go up and win the 50-50 high balls. I think we're quite well-rounded. Obviously, everything here is caveated with coming into European competition is going to be a step up for everyone. So the challenge for us is going to be how we react to that challenge and how we respond and whether we can kind of level ourselves up as the game progresses. It's a good challenge. It's a good test. They're the kind of games that we want to be playing in, and that's what the beauty of the CFL is that we get to test ourselves against some of the best in Europe. and the Black Panthers obviously represent that. It's a big challenge for us straight off the bat, so our preparation has been detailed. We've been, making sure that we've kind of dotted the I's and crossed the T's as best we can, and then fundamentally we've just focused on having good practices. So just trying to stack one good practice after the other, not worrying too much about results, not worrying too much about kind of games coming up. Obviously we always have that in the back of our mind. We want to come in and we want to compete. Ultimately, we want to win the game, but we recognise that's going to be a tough test against the Black Panthers. But I believe that if we execute the way that we can, it will go into the fourth quarter being close. And at that point, it's anyone's game.